All right, class, this is just another tutorial on just another example of how to do editing in WeVideo. In this case, I have added the book fair video skit that some of the students took part in. My seventh grade group came in and we did some videos of that and things like that. So in this case, we're using the Wireless Go 2s, which is a really good way to get microphone setups and things like that. Especially so let's look at the original video. So in this case, they're organizing. They're trying to figure out like the process, and I've got some cues like below on the left here and on the right. I've got some cues where like if you stand inside of these books that are sitting on the ground that you can't see, you're in the shot. So now you notice, like with the wireless goes, the little black boxes on their collar there. The microphone needs to be facing up. Um, really good way to lapel someone, and I'm going to show you the specifics on the process there. Um, so anyway, with that being said, we're going to edit this clip. I just wanted you to see the intro because I like to record more than what I need because you never know what you're going to use. You could also do like bloopers and things like that. So what I'm doing here is I am putting books on the ground. So I'm saying in my mind that so as a videographer, the video person, the camera person, I need to know who's in the shot, who's not in the shot. And so it's very important for you to organize that. It's very important for you to have good lighting, and it's very important for you to be stable. Okay, because you don't want to take the time to do this setup and then the shot be very very shaky. Now, what I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to hit import, and I'm going to just browse my media because I've got the rest of the media on the desktop. So I'm going to add the next video. I believe it's this one. Yeah, so I'm going to add that one, um, and I relabel that as CMS. That way, if you were going to import on something on Google Drive, remember always know where you're getting it from. Okay, so with a lot of people in the class doing PSAs and humanity pieces and things like that, like for example, you're gonna grab your video or your pictures, from our unit. I'm going to go 1113 and hit enter, and then you should be able to access that. Like this is like our third period pictures. So make sure when you all add what you add in Google Drive, remember where you saved it. Like for example, in this case, this is a group of students that are in seventh grade. So what I like to do is I have the seventh grade raw footage, which is everything that we've done. So here's the book fair skit that I have uploaded if I wanted to put it in from Google Drive, you know, and then the raw footage is the footage that's not been edited. So in this case, I did have it on the desktop, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in. So obviously, I won't need that, but I just wanted to show you that for the purpose of organizing the shot, making sure your lighting is good, making sure your your stability is good, and your battery's ready to go. And you also are checking the lapels and things like that. Now, here's what I need everybody to do. You got to zoom in Okay, but that way I can get into the clip. Okay, and then I did like a three, two, and then I pointed at them. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back where she's like moving around, and I think that's kind of cool in that sense. So when she like, so basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take after the dialogue is done, I'm going to split that clip, and I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to drop down. Remember, when you're doing your audio and your opacity, I'm gonna basically drop this down until I can't hear anything. Which actually I think it's kind of funny, and I think it's cute actually. So now she says, "Come to Crawford." So I'm going to stop it right there. Okay, drop that down. Okay, let me go back to zoom it back out because this part right here. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, so it's a skit, so you're supposed to laugh, obviously. All right, so I need to pull that up a little bit because she's speaking. So let me undo that. Now, while she's saying, "Don't do that, don't do that," I want to keep it in there, and then now I want to. So right here it says I'm going to double click, double click, and I'm going to zoom it out again because I want to get really like you can see the dialogue right there. So this looks like. So like they've worked really hard on this, so this is kind of a dry run, but I wanted to video it. So you got some bloopers and I think it's hilarious. So now it's done, and then I'm going to close it out, and I'm going to cut it right there. Okay. Now, one thing I am going to do, one thing I am going to do, I'm going to come right here and like where they showed the sign, we can use that, use the clip again. It does a thing. Now, right there is what I need. Okay. I'm going to split it. I'm going to go right here. And then now this is where the fun part is. This, I'm going to double click here. I'm going to go to scale, try to blow it up a little bit. Now, the problem is if I blow it up too much, yeah, so that's not going to work. So, what I'm going to have to do is we're going to have to get with Miss Greer and get the text that she wants. So, what you'll do there is obviously you would like to have some music on there. So you want some inspirational music. So I'm going to go to audio. Let's go to select on inspirational. And one thing you don't do when you choose the music, there we go. Let's see what it sounds like. Now I'm going to take this I'm going to take this, I'm going to hit opacity. It's showing audio levels here for this clip, right? I'm going to drop this all the way down to about 10 to 14 or 18, something low, 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 because you don't want it to drown out the dialogue. And you also obviously want to hear it too. So let's bring it back up just a little bit. There you go. So that's going to be good. And then, like at the end, what you do is you can bring that up because you're going to put a graphic there, right? And then I'm going to just split that clip right there. Okay. And then I'm going to double click here and I'm going to have it fading. I don't want to fade it in, but I want to fade it out at about 2 seconds. That way, when you look at it, you see the fade out at automatic. That way, you don't have to do it automatically. See, now we're going to do the book fair. Uh, so the next step is trying to figure out like what, or not the book fair, but dining. So I'll get with her, and what you can do, and the best way to do it is to go to your text, go to your multi-line right here, and drop it in here. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control A, and I'm going to move everything over at once. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Control A, see if it'll move it up. It won't do it. Let me try something else here. Oh, well, let's see. Let me see if I can just put it right there. It's going to insert and push, and then I'll put, there we go. Now I'm good. So we'll start off with whatever the text is going to be, and then we'll end with the exact same thing, So, and so what obviously we'd like to extend this a little bit further. There you go. Move this over because you want audio, right, before they start dialogue. Okay, so everything in place. So what we're going to do is we'll just go ahead and type it in right here. Boom and boom. So dining with diversity at Crawford Middle School. Make sure you have everything spelled right. All right, dining with diversity at Crawford Middle School. I'm going to leave it just like that. Then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to choose the exact same green, make it as simple as possible. You can go back in, dining, oops, with diversity at Crawford Middle School. Okay, so let's see what it looks like, start to finish. So there's your end, and then when you're done, you're going to hit the export. Okay, I've got it labeled. I always like to go to high def. Now I'm going to also hit Google Drive, and in this case, I'm going to hit YouTube because I'm going to share the link, where Ms. Greer can use it, and then hit export, and then I'm ready to roll. And then in your all's case, you all will once it's done, you're going to click share, and then send it to Google Drive, and then you have that access. So let's hold up for a minute. Let's look at it. I'm gonna kind of hang here with the screencast while it's going, and while it's going, let's look at uh, what we're using. Some of the technology we're using. This is called a Canon M50 Mark II. This is the mirrorless camera that we're using. Okay, which is really cool. If you notice, that's we put the microphone on top of what's called the shoe right there on the right, cold shoe. So this is what the camera looks like. It's a really cool camera. There's a lot you can do with it. Um, and so with that, I'm going to add with a wireless Go 2. Okay, so what we do is we have a wireless Go 2. In this case, so you see it like that. So it's a Canon M50, and that's exactly what you do. You plug it in. Here's another look at it right there, where you see the wireless go on top. And the cool thing about the wireless Go is you notice you can modify and you can check, the audio levels for both microphones, because in that case you only had two people speaking. So that's the transmitter that you all can check. Like it says mic 1, mic 2. Okay. So in this case, though, you're going to use your Chromebook to video, right? So there's how you do that. If you need interviews or whatever the case may be, and I might even set up some microphones for you. So let's go back to our processing and see at what point what we need to do for this video. And then I'm going to share the screen capture in this case, uh, because this is very, very important for you all to understand the process. And it took me roughly about 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes to edit a 1 minute video, and I had everything that I needed. So if you think about the time frame of what I took and how I spent time editing, zooming in, zooming out, changing the audio, looking at the dialogue, cutting out the bloopers, all these different things that you're doing is very important in the scheme of things. So ensure that you all are working hard. Remember, this project is due on the 21st. Just as a reminder, um, let me look at Canvas so you all can see it. So when you go to your assignments in Canvas and they're all the same, um, this is your summative. But I'll actually let me go to we video and some things that you're doing. Um, so we're going to go to classes, and let me go to this first class, and it's called Introduce Yourself. So I'm going to go to the edit just to make sure you understand. Videos about me, create a 1 to 2 minute video introducing yourself. These are some of the things you can use. Remember, it says you can use your Chromebook you have to use your Chromebook for the entire activity to film, create music, anything you need. Okay, use your webcam to record yourself, upload your media, your phone, use your voice recorder to narrate your story, add music to show your personality. Consider sharing content related to your identity and culture, interests and hobbies, family and friends, favorite books, movies, music, and favorite subject. Now, that being said, I'm going to go to our main storyboard that everybody should have been doing. Everybody should have done a storyboard. So that being said, here's the storyboard. So I'm going to go to the storyboard that we discussed during class. So here's the storyboard. So what you're going to do is what will you show? And the example that I used was Like if I'm going to do it, what I'm going to show is me in front of the green screen in the green square. Okay. And what am I going to say? I'm going to say my name is Jeremy McGuire, and I am the media arts teacher at Crawford Middle School. Okay. Now, again, you all are going to work at this, and then you're going to, that's the first one. Then the next box, you're going to, we talked about keep things closer to you and then branch out. And then the next thing is going to be me showing a picture of my dad preaching or something, that's connected to my faith, you know. Okay. And then there, I'm going to say the most important thing that I hold dear is my faith in Christ. Okay. So I'm going to say that because and then the next thing is going to be my next one. It's like the most important thing is going to be my wife and then my kids. So, you kind of get the idea. Now, you go in here, if you're going to do a full shot, a wide shot, remember we talked a medium shot was like from waist up, obviously the topic in this case is going to be all about me type of film. It's going to be like a documentary, PSA, human piece, whatever. Okay. So that's the example that I was talking about. So you all need to make sure, and what I'll do is I will print out this one to kind of give you all an example of what I've done. You have to at least do 5 boxes, remember each one, so you can use your storyboard. So let's go back and look at the end result. Okay, so this is done. Now, for you guys, you all don't have access to the download. So you're going to click share and you're going to send it to Google Drive. So over here on the left, you see where it says Book Fair is saving to Google Drive. We'll notify you when this is complete. Now, I'm going to hold up right here. Here's the next part. Okay, so this is a long one, so I want everybody to lock in. Okay, with the news and the news broadcast. It's going to be up to you. If I give you a certain date, you all are going to put it in the news. So in this case, we did 11/17 is today. Okay. So let's say you were trying to put something on the news for today. This is the folder. All right. So Monday will be what, 11/20. So what you will do is you will wait until this is done on your WeVideo. Okay. We'll make sure I send it. It's connected. Yeah, so it's going to be saving to Google Drive. We'll notify you when this is complete. And usually it does it fairly quickly. It doesn't take a long time. It works really well. Okay, so and that being said, from time to time I like to go in and check my Google Drive um, to ensure, and I go to recents and see if it's there. All right, so there it is. There's my book fair. Okay, so now what did I say? I want this content, let's say before the news this morning, let's say we want this in there today. So I'm going to give everybody access to certain folders. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go organize. I'm going to go move. I'm going to go to 11/17 and I'm going to move it there. I'm not going to click that because I don't want to move it there right now. Okay. But that way the producers of the news will know that, and see, there it is. It's like we'll save to Google Drive. So that's how you can send it and share it, whether it be me, put it in Google Drive, in Canvas, whatever the case may be. Now, by the 22nd, by the 21st, okay, this is going to be, and I'm going to put this as an assignment, as a summative, okay. This is a summative. This is a major grade, okay. I'm going to add a plus. We're going to call it we'll just call it an assignment, all about me. It's due on the 21st, which is Tuesday. By the end of the day, it's 30 points. Okay. And I'm going to save and publish. There it is. So all about me. So how do you do it? How do you turn it in? Well, I just showed you how to save it to Google Drive. Okay, so here's student view. I'm going to, let me go back. Let me leave it. Let me make sure it's published real quick. I've got to add it where you can upload an assignment. So bear with me. Let me make a few changes. And no submission. So we're going to submit online. There you go. File upload. There it is. November 21st. Perfect. Okay. And student view. So here's how you do it, right? You're going to click Start Assignment. Now, in this case, everything's in Google Drive. So I'm going to click Google Drive, right? And I'm going to wait till it opens. I'm going to select File. Okay. I'm going to go in there. And there it is. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to add and attach. Okay. And it should be there. Okay. So now there's some things that I can't do in here. So if that doesn't work, then I'll create a folder that we can put it in there to to show it. Okay. So that being said, there's a process for your Google Drive, your WeVideo, everything all about me.